What's up, guys? Hope you're doing good today. I wanted to come on here and talk about how to actually create $100,000 a year recession proof business. Okay, so I'll kind of walk you through kind of my thoughts and things like that. I mean, honestly, this kind of stemmed from just like talking to people who are in my program, and a ton of them are people who are laid off in their tech job. So they made a ton of money. We're talking about like people who are making 150,000, $200,000 a year in their tech job, and then that income overnight is gone. And when you have a family and you have people to take care of and you have bills, mortgages, right? What are you going to do? How are you going to be able to actually afford, to do these things? And it really flipped it. A lot of people are saying, 9 to 5 is the safe route. And obviously it's not, because who's actually in control here? So even when all the craziness was happening in 2020 with, COVID and lockdowns, and we were supposedly in this crazy recession and all this stuff, my business was booming. I didn't have to worry about getting laid off. I didn't have to worry about these things. The other part of it is that right now we're definitely in a recession, right? A lot of people are, the government are trying to hide it or whatever, right? I'm not trying to get into politics, but like you can tell, we're definitely kind of in a recession. So with that being said, I want to give you guys some tips and tricks and even just like the math to actually how to, replace your income and things like that in less than 90 days. Okay. And kind of the roadmap to do so. So this is just going to be like a super casual training that I want to just kind of riff and, unpack everything in my head, because this is stuff that I've been thinking about, but, a lot of the time it's really hard to articulate. So I figured, while I'm thinking about this stuff, I would like to, go about, kind of sharing my insights with you guys. So that way you guys can have this info and be able to, future proof yourself, right? I don't want you to be stressed in a recession. I don't want you to be worried about, getting laid off and having that job, go away and then your income go away. So first, we need to talk about why businesses are good in a recession. So I don't know if you guys know this, but most big businesses were created during a recession, right? And the reason why is that there are a ton of opportunities. So take Facebook ads, for example, right? So this is something that, I have been doing for the last 7 years, is just running Facebook ads and things like that. Now, here's the best part when it comes to Facebook ads, right? When there's a recession, a lot of the big companies, we're talking about the companies that are laying off people and things like that, um, before they even laid off people, they've already pulled back their marketing. Okay. So it tends to get cheaper. Ads get cheaper, which leaves local businesses who are future proofed and, recession proof anyways. Like when we're talking about like, you know, home services, for example, like if a roof needs to be fixed, like a roof needs to be fixed in a recession or not, because, you know, if you don't, well, your house is going to be like damaged severely and it's going to cause way bigger issues. Same with house painting, same with HVAC, you know, even things when it comes to health and wellness. Those aren't things people typically pull back on, right? So there's a lot of local businesses that are future proofed and recession proof that will have the opportunity to invest into ads because ads are cheaper. They're not competing against the corporates anymore who are pouring hundreds of thousands of dollars a month into ads, right? But when we're talking about, when we're talking about like the local businesses, well, if they have an extra couple $1,000s a month, that can turn into a lot of money for them in terms of revenue. And like I said, with these types of businesses that we're going after, these are services that are needed in a recession or not. It's not like the whole world stops when we're in a recession. Spending tends to slow down a little bit, but more than anything, a lot of people still are spending money, which is the crazy thing, right? So that's why it's a really good opportunity right now to start a marketing agency, because we're seeing really cheap ad costs. We're getting our clients amazing results, And we're letting our clients know this, and they're telling, their friends and who are also business owners, and we're getting a ton of referrals and things like that. And yeah, just in general, it's a really great time to run ads. I've just actually upped my own ad budget for my business by an additional 10 grand a month because ads are so much cheaper. So you can see, like, business owners, they see these opportunities, right? And, you know, this is where it's a little bit different, where your mindset needs to be a little bit different. When most people are looking at a recession, they're saying, like, this is the worst thing that could ever happen. I'm telling you, with the circles that I run in with entrepreneurs and business owners and things like that, people have been waiting for a recession because this is where opportunity arises, right? So that is why it is a great time to start a business. Okay. Now, here is kind of like the roadmap to, let's say, 10 grand a month. If you're looking to hit 10 grand a month. Okay. And it's probably a lot easier than you think. So first off, understand that getting your first client, is going to be the hardest. If you already have an agency, you're already a little bit ahead. But if you're at the beginning stages of starting a business, just understand that getting your first client is going to be the hardest. And then getting your second, third, fourth, fifth is going to be way easier, given that you follow my framework. So the New Age agency framework, and you guys have probably heard me talk about this a lot, but it's one niche, one service, and one offer, right? Literally just the power of one. Because let's say you choose roofers as the niche, right? Facebook ads for them, and you do your offers 2K per month for Facebook ads, right? Super easy. So very, very easy. Now, let's say you get one roofer, you get them great results with Facebook ads and things like that. And if you guys, have any questions about Facebook ads, please send them my way. I can definitely help you with that. And we have a ton of resources and things like that. And then 2K per month, for Facebook ads. You guys are probably wondering, why local businesses would pay that much. Well, they just do. I've been doing this for a long time now, and I have friends who have literally made millions of dollars using this model. Okay. So 2K per month for Facebook ads is really cheap for the right niche, right? If you're talking about a restaurant who, like, charges $10 a meal or something, you're going to need to get a lot of people in for them to be able to see an ROI. But when we're talking about a roofer that costs, like, that charges their clients 10K a month or 10K to replace their roof, like, it's pretty easy. One roof is going to more than pay for their Facebook ads. Okay. Now, there's a ton of other niches, hundreds of other niches that are very similar to roofers. Don't just go into roofers because I said that. There's nuances to it. Okay. So that's why we focus on one niche, one service, one offer. So you get roofer one results, right? And then basically you just have to do this a few more times, right? So basically, getting your first client is going to be the hardest. If you stick within the same niche, that niche is going to be very familiar to you. You're going to understand that niche. You're going to know how to talk to that niche. You're going to know how the ads work. And if you're running the same ads in that same niche, well, let's say you have a roofer in Los Angeles, then you have a roofer in Colorado, then you have a roofer in Texas, then you have a roofer in Florida, right? Then it doesn't matter as long as they're not in the same place. You can utilize the same ads over and over and over again. So that's what I mean by local business, is that it's a business that's local, but you can work with them all over because you're an online business, right? So if I get roofers all over the country, then I'm able to make a bunch of money off of the same exact ad. Because if this roofer is getting great results with the ad I launched, well, why can't roofer number two use the same ads and get the same results in just a different city? Okay. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to have a couple more roofers, right? A couple more roofers, right? And then all of a sudden, I get up to 5. Okay. And then that equals 10K per month, because they're paying you month after month after month. You have to remember, it's not just a one-time payment. It's a month-to-month payment. Every single month, they're paying you more and more and more because they want to keep working with you, especially if you're making them money. So to give you some stats, for example, one of the roofers I ran ads for, they spent 3K in ads and generated over 60K in roofing sales. So you tell me, if they spent 3K and made 60K back, wouldn't it make sense for them to keep paying you? So all of a sudden, if you have 5 roofers paying you for 12 months, you're talking $120,000 a year. And you can manage all these clients yourself. You can do everything yourself. So at this point, you don't need any team members. You don't really have any costs or things like that. So your margins are pretty much 100%. So this is why I'm so passionate about a marketing agency. It's a cash flow heavy business. It's so powerful, right? This business model, I don't know where else you could do it. Like when we talk about starting an e-com business or an Amazon business or a drop shipping business, you literally need to buy inventory. You need to spend so much money on ads and all this crazy overhead. When we're talking about starting a marketing agency, you literally don't need any money to start, right? You need a laptop, a Wi-Fi connection, and 3 hours a day. And if you have those things, you can have a 10K per month marketing agency in 90 days. And the reason why is, let's say it takes you 30 days to land your first client. Then the second month, you land 2 clients. Then the third month, you land another 2 clients. You're already at your 10K a month. And that's super reasonable. When we're talking about 5 clients in 90 days, as long as you're putting in 3 hours a day, you can do that. It's super realistic. All right. So that's kind of the math. And when you're looking at scaling up after that, it's just getting more roofers, right? And the more roofers you have, and obviously I'm using roofers as the example, but this could be, plumbers, HVAC, accountants, lawyers, whatever it is. So the more you have, the more you're obviously going to scale and the more you're obviously going to make. So that's kind of the simple math when it comes to running an ad. So all you need to focus on is really these fundamentals: choosing one niche, choosing one service, and crafting one offer, and then landing your first client. And then all this becomes rinse and repeat until you get to your 10K a month, right? Which then over 12 months is going to equal 120K a year. And then if you're getting your clients great results, they're going to stay with you month after month after month after month. So that's basically how it works, guys. And it's a super easy business model. Now, you still have to work really hard at it. It's a simple business model, but you have to work really hard at it. Like I said, you need 3 hours a day. And then you're in control of your business, right? You're in control of the money you make and you're in control of everything. Because if you're in a 9 to 5 right now and you get laid off, or you're not making the money you want and you're stuck where you are, right? Or you just want more time freedom, like 3 hours a day to make 6 figures a year sounds pretty good to me, right? And that's how I was able to travel in Asia for multiple years. I stayed in Asia for over 2 years, and then I went to the UK for a year, and then I also traveled around Europe for a few months. And it wasn't because I was slaving away working for someone else. It was because I created, my business, and I created the lifestyle I wanted around it. So I want you guys to know it's really doable. And right now is the most perfect time. Look it up, guys. Google the number of businesses that were created in a recession. And you let me know if you guys want to start a business right now. So if it's the case you do, book a call with me and my team. You can schedule below and you can ask us any questions. You can grill us. And if you want to potentially join the one-to-one mentorship program to see if it might be a good fit for you, you can come on and figure out all those details and let me know what works best for you. So kind of with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this training. And if you have any questions or things like that, please schedule a call with us and we'll be more than happy to give you as much value as possible. Worst case scenario, we give you the blueprint in much more detail than this. Best case scenario, we end up working together and we help you implement this strategy and you get to this in 90 days. So Hopefully you enjoyed, guys, and we'll chat very soon. Take care, guys.